もしもし、聞こえてる？
Hello everyone! Good day to my lecturer and my friends. My name is Alissya Zahara Nurulfazriati and my student ID number is and today I am very excited to present my best reading report for my extensive reading final project. The book I have chosen to share with you today is titled The Midnight Library, written by Matt Haig, published by Connecticut Books in September 2020. I chose this specific book because the content immediately caught my attention. It deeply explores the universal human experiences of facing regrets. Looking back at our past choices and wondering how our lives might have changed if we had just done things differently. Let's move into the summary of the story. The book follows the life of Nurulfazriati, a deeply depressed woman who is overwhelmed by a heavy sense of failure and massive backlog of regrets. After facing a series of devastating events in just a single day, including losing her beloved cat and her job, she hits rock bottom and decides to end her life at midnight. However, instead of passing away, she wakes up in the purgatory-like space called the Midnight Library, where all truths are permanently frozen at midnight. Guided by her former school librarian, Mrs. Nora is given an extraordinary chance to try on different books. Each book represents a parallel life she could have lived if she had made different choices in her past. Nora stepped into various alternative realities. In some, she is an Olympic swimmer. In others, she is a global rock star, an Arctic scientist, or happy mother. Yet despite how perfect this life seems on the surface, she encounters hidden tragedies, crushing pressures, or deep loneliness in every single one. She eventually realizes she is merely occupying lives built by other versions of herself, prompting a massive shift in her perspective. She stops wanting to escape her destiny and desperately longs to live again. As the library begins to collapse around her, Nora fights her way back to her original, imperfect body, waking up with a renewed desire to embrace her own future. Therefore, the main idea of this beautiful book is very clear. Regretting past decision is completely fatal. True fulfillment comes from accepting, appreciating, and actively living the life you have right now. Next, I would like to share my evaluation of this book, looking closely at its strengths and weaknesses. Starting with the strengths, the book has highly relatable premise, where the theme of overcoming life regrets deeply resonates with everyday human experiences. It carries a profound message that powerfully teaches readers how to heal from the past and cherish the present moment. Matt Haig's writing style incredibly accessible, smooth and easy to follow, and packed with inspiring quotes as a comforting, motivational guide discussed as fiction. On the other hand, the book does have a few weaknesses. The plot can feel a bit repetitive and formulative. In the middle, as Nora constantly jumps from one alternative life to another. The ending is somewhat predictable, as the ultimate conclusion can be easily guessed right from the beginning. Nora is portrayed with almost too many extreme talents, being an Olympic swimmer, a rock star, and a scientist, which make her feel a little less grounded. As realistic protagonists, there are potential triggers as the opening chapter deal directly with severe depression and suicide, which might be sensitive for some readers. Now, I would like to share my direct personal response to this text. I read this book because my situation is similar to Nurulfazriati's. This is when I feel like my life is meaningless. I have many regrets about the wrong choices I have made, and I wonder I will be a different person today if I had made different choices back then. And after reading this book, I realized that my life right now is not a failure. It may not always be perfect or go my way, but that is exactly what keeps me learning and helps me recognizing the things I have been overlooking all this time. The choices I regret might actually be better than others. The author points out that every action should indeed be taken with care and gratitude. To conclude, the Midnight Library serves as a powerful reminder. There is no such thing as a perfect life. And looking back at our what-ifs only robs us of our current happiness. Nora's journey beautifully demonstrates that the power to change our lives does not come from changing our past choices, but from changing our perspective and choosing to live in the present. Based on this, my recommendation is that this book is an absolute must-read, especially for young adult students or anyone going through a moment of self-doubt or feeling overwhelmed by life choices. Despite its heavy opening elements, it acts as a deeply comforting and emotionally uplifting blanket for the soul. It will truly change the way you look at your own mistakes and inspire you to live your life with immense gratitude. That includes my presentation. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to embrace the life you are living right now. Thank you. Goodbye.